Here are 5 tips you should know to pass your next technical exam. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Network Soup. I'm your host, Kaz Campbell, and without further ado, let's get to it. So first and foremost, a big one, you need to have a consistent study plan that you can stick to. I personally would recommend studying every day, but I know that's not possible for everybody. So try to find something, even if it's just 30 minutes every other day, something consistent that you can stick to. So you might need to play around and figure out what works best for you in your life. But the big thing that you need to do is to have some sort of game plan to accomplish your goal. Once you've developed a study plan for you to follow, we can move on to step 2, which is to minimize distractions during your study blocks. I might not be the shiny example of this, but the key points to take away here are to minimize distractions. No YouTube. Try to put your cell phone at least away where you're not distracted by it. Things along those lines. Really use those blocks of time that you have to get yourself ahead, because it will pay off in the end. The third thing I'd recommend doing is to participate in some sort of interactive learning. Interact with the material. So, what do I mean by that? What I'm trying to get across is you should find ways to interact with the material itself. Whether that's summarizing what you've just learned, teaching it to somebody else the best that you can, things along those lines. The more you can interact with the material rather than just read it and try to absorb it like a sponge, the more that you will retain. I'm a big believer in the best way to learn is to teach it. So can you summarize the last chapter that you read back to yourself? Did you understand those concepts if you were having to explain that to somebody else? And that's the key right there. Find ways to interact with the material, because I promise you, you will get so much more out of it when you do that. The fourth thing that you should do is to stay motivated. The big thing is to find something that works for you, whether that's joining a community, listening to motivational content, whatever it may be. You need to find something that's going to keep you motivated through this journey, because it's not easy and it does take some time. All right, moving on to last but not least, number 5. My 5th tip for passing your exam is to do practice tests. For every exam I've taken, there have been multiple practice tests that I could try out to gauge where I'm at and how much of the material I've retained. I firmly believe these are great tools to help see how close you are or how far away you should be as far as taking your exam and the timeline surrounding that. It also just gives you a good baseline for how much of the material you're actually retaining. And there you have it, folks. Those are my 5 tips for passing your next technical exam. I hope you enjoyed this content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, have a great day.